Everyone grab hold of the watch chain. We're going into 1935 in Egypt. This doesn't look like Egypt. It looks more like Scotland or Northern England to me.
The watch broke during the process, and seemed to have taken us to the wrong place in the wrong time. Look over there. There's a hut a few hundred yards away. There might be someone there who could help us. Let's go and see. Who is it? Well, we're lost, and we were wondering if you could help us. Come in, all of you. Welcome to my humble abode. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Humongous.
And your name is?
My name is Humongous. Alfred Humongous. If you haven't already guessed, I'm a wizard. Now, what do you want again? Oh, well, you see, we're wondering if you could fix this pocket watch. Elementary, my dear sir. But it's not just any watch. It's a time machine. We were meant to go to Egypt in the year 19... Oh, I see. Say no more. Well, can you fix it? Of course. But it's very complicated, and the magic spell to fix it could take up to a month.
A month? What are we to do? Mum and Dad will be wondering where we are.
Hold on. You're not from around here, are you? Of course not. You're from the land of England, aren't you? Where else?
You're the ones the prophecy spoke of.
Prophecy? Well, if you don't know the prophecy, you'll have to start at the very beginning. This land was once ruled by good King Richard and Queen Anne. They were kind and generous to their people. But then, darkness covered the land, and an evil sorcerer named Manhua had united the forces of evil, and were preparing to overthrow the kingdom. I was a good friend of the royals, and when we heard the threat that the kingdom might fall, the king and queen told me to leave with their baby, Prince Septimus, the rightful king, to protect him. Unfortunately, Manhua did succeed in his plan to conquer our land, and is now the king, but I received a vision in a dream that told me that 5 young strangers of virtuous character would come here
From another world.
and help us to defeat the forces of evil. You are those of which this prophecy spoke of.
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaking us with other children.
Hold on. What do you mean by another world? I mean that you're in another dimension from your own. One of which is stuck in a medieval age. A land between lands. A land which the most lost people may find themselves. You are in the land of Pandrudica.
So, Manhua somehow ends up here. That explains why he disappeared. Now listen, all of you. We must report the news to Prince Septimus, who is now a man and prepared to fight for his country. I will guide you up your diamond and back down to Septimus's fort, which is our location. Oh, and it is vital that we take the chest of Manhua with us.
How did you know that this was the chest of Manhua? We never told you it was. Elementary. From what you are saying, I guess that you are going to Egypt to deliver the chest back to its owner. That you will soon find out would have been a great big mistake. Humongous, are we nearly there?
Don't worry, dear child. We're halfway there. Give me your other hand.
Hold on, where's Emily?
I can't see her. You idiots! While I was there, saving daughter's life, you go and lose your own sister.
She's your sister too, Simon.
Stop all of this. This is not a time for an argument. We'll split up. Philippa, James, and William the Thin, you must search for Emily. Me, Simon, and George must proceed with the journey, carrying the chest. Once we get there, we'll send for aid. Emily!
Emily! Emily, where are you?
Emily, thank goodness you're safe. Friend or foe? Don't you know who I am? Why, it's you, Humongous. What is your reason for coming? I have come to speak with Prince Septimus. Rise the portcullis!
Humongous, old friend! Long time no see. And who are they?
They're the children the prophecy spoke of.
I thought there were 5 of you in the prophecy.
There are. Good heaven! They're up the mountain. We need to rescue them fast, but how?
The rest of you are up a mountain?
Yes, there's no time to explain. We must save them.
Very well. You look close to death.
Flattered, I'm sure.
It's warmer inside by the fire. Percy, take them to shelter. Who is this?
He's not a Manchurian skeleton. He's on our side.
Forgive me, but Manhurra has an army of living skeletons. I mistook you for one of them.
So, how are you feeling?
Well, if it weren't for your stupid plan, Hugh Mongoose, we wouldn't have almost died.
Beg your pardon, young lady. But what else was I to do in such a situation?
You could have at least mentioned, before we climbed up a massive mountain, there were flying dragons around the place, which we could have flown on for the whole journey.
First of all, it's a griffin, not a dragon. And secondly, it's the last remaining griffin in the land, and it belongs to the prince. Not anyone owns one, you know.
Bah! Why don't you just boil your head?
You're the stubborn one, aren't you?
Excuse me, but we are awaiting your appearance at a meeting. It's about the chest thing.
Of course. Simon, George, come with us. You lot must still have a rest.
Why don't we use the chest to help us conquer the land of Pandrudica?
The chest only answers to Manhurra. It is an evil and must be destroyed. As long as it exists, his curse shall remain.
What have we made a deal with him? Perhaps we should return to him, as long as he promised to leave us alone. No. He would use it against us anyway, and with the chest he could transport himself back to the other world, taking control of both worlds. In ancient Egypt, he was creating it in order to take control of the world. I was the only one who knew his covert plan, and managed to defeat him before he could succeed. But now, he has returned, and will succeed. We have to destroy it.
But we don't know how to destroy it. Well, in that case, we'll have to keep hold of it until we find a way to destroy it.
And in the meantime, we will lead assaults against Manhurra's kingdom to keep them busy, whilst you work out how to destroy it.
Your Majesty, the magical mirror you ordered has been completed.
I can now spy my enemies. Bring it here. Show me, Prince Septimus. It can't be. They have my chest.
Although I don't expect you to fight in battle, it is important to be able to defend yourselves. James, I'll give you this sword. Use it wisely. As for you, Philippa, I'll give you this crossbow. For you, Simon, I'll give you this sword especially forged for you. It is light enough, but does as much damage as any other. Emily, I'll give you this magical torch. Light harms Manhurra skeletons. Just hover your hand over it twice, and the flame is either lit or put out. If a skeleton ever attempts to attack you, use this, and blow the flame towards them. As for you, George, I'll give you this magical whistle. It can be heard from 10 miles away. If you're in danger, it shall alert us to save you. But whatever you do, only ever use it in an emergency.
General Takba, we'll need to prepare an ambush.